What if the Tennessee Titans are already getting criticized before the season even starts? Because one viral offseason clip suddenly created a massive debate around Tennessee's new coaching staff. And honestly, this story says a lot more about the Titans entering 2026 than people realize. Recently, a Titans wide receiver drill started going viral online. The clip showed Tennessee receivers reacting to visual movements, tracking cues, and working on eye discipline during practice. At first, most fans didn't think much of it. But then private wide receiver trainer, Route God, publicly criticized the drill. He claimed the exercise didn't make sense. He questioned the connection between NFL coaching methods and modern receiver development. And suddenly, the internet turned this into a huge debate. But honestly, this situation perfectly explains where the Titans are right now as a franchise. Because Tennessee is entering one of the most important seasons they've had in years. New coaching staff, new culture, new quarterback era, new expectations, and now, every single thing this team does gets analyzed. That's different. Because for years, nobody nationally really cared about the Titans. The franchise felt invisible. No major headlines, no national spotlight, no real attention outside Tennessee. But now, people are watching again. And honestly, Cam Ward changed a huge part of that. Because whether people realize it or not, quarterbacks completely change how the NFL views organizations. The moment Tennessee drafted Cam Ward first overall, the spotlight immediately got bigger. Now every practice clip becomes content, every drill becomes a discussion, every mistake becomes a headline, and that pressure is exactly what relevant franchises deal with. This story, interesting. The criticism itself might actually be completely missing the point. Because NFL practices are not designed for social media clips. They're designed to build habits, reaction speed, focus, communication, discipline, especially for a young offense still trying to develop chemistry. And honestly, that's probably what Robert Saleh is trying to build right now. Structure, accountability, attention to detail. Because if we're being honest, the Titans desperately needed a culture reset. Last season felt chaotic. The offense looked inconsistent. Brian Callahan got fired during the season. The roster felt unstable. And nationally, nobody really knew what Tennessee was building toward anymore. But now, there's finally a clear direction. Robert Saleh arrives with defensive credibility. Brian Daboll helps develop Cam Ward. The front office added weapons like Carnell Tate and Wan'Dale Robinson. And slowly, the Titans are trying to create actual structure around their young quarterback. That matters, because young quarterbacks rarely succeed without stability. And stability has been one of Tennessee's biggest problems for years. That's why these off-season moments actually matter more than people think. Not because one drill changes a franchise, but because culture does, attention to detail does, consistency does. And right now, the Titans are trying to completely change how this organization operates. But the difficult part is this. The NFL doesn't reward potential. It rewards results. And until Tennessee starts winning games consistently, criticism is going to follow everything they do. Every practice clip, every roster move, every coaching decision. Ward performance. That's the pressure now. Because expectations around Tennessee are quietly growing. Netflix is featuring the Titans in quarterback. Nashville is hosting the 2030 Super Bowl. The new stadium is almost finished. And suddenly, the NFL is paying attention to Tennessee again. That changes everything. Now the Titans can't operate in silence anymore. And honestly, that might actually help this franchise long-term. Because meaningful teams are supposed to handle scrutiny. Relevant quarterbacks are supposed to attract debate. Important organizations are supposed to face expectations. And for the first time in years, the Titans actually feel important again. But now comes the difficult part. Proving the attention is deserved. Because hype disappears quickly in the NFL. Winning is the only thing that lasts. And ultimately, nobody will care about off-season drills if Tennessee starts competing. Nobody will care about viral practice clips if Cam Ward develops into a franchise quarterback. Nobody will care about social media criticism if Robert Saleh builds a winning culture. That's the real challenge entering 2026. Can the Titans finally turn off-season optimism into actual progress? Can Cam Ward become the quarterback who changes the future of this franchise? Can Tennessee finally stop resetting every 2 years? Those are the real questions. And honestly, that's why people are suddenly paying attention to every little thing surrounding this team. Because for the first time in a long time, the Titans finally feel interesting again. Let me know what you think. Do you think the criticism of the Titans' drills was overblown? Or do you believe Tennessee still has a lot to prove before earning real respect again? Subscribe for more Tennessee Titans news, NFL analysis, and franchise breakdowns. This is Titan Grind.